The recorded history of Scotland begins in the 1st century AD, when the Romans invaded Britain. The Romans added southern Britain to their empire as the province Britannia. They were unable, however, to subdue the fierce tribes in the north. To keep these tribes from invading Britannia, Emperor Hadrian had a massive wall built across the island from sea to sea. The Romans called the land north of the wall Caledonia, and they called the people who lived there Picts, from the Latin pictus, meaning painted, because they painted their bodies. Parts of Hadrian's wall still stand on the Scottish border. In the 5th century, Celtic immigrants from Ireland, called Scots, settled north of the Clyde River. The Scots were already Christians when they left Ireland. In the next century, Saint Columba converted the king of the Picts to Christianity. In the 9th century, Kenneth MacAlpine, king of the Scots, added the Pictish kingdom to his own. In about the 10th century, the land came to be known as Scotland. After the Normans conquered England in 1066, many Anglo-Saxons from England settled in the lowlands of Scotland. Here the Scots gradually adopted English ways. Feudalism was established, and the chiefs and clans became nobles. Towns grew, trade increased, and Scotland prospered. Battles for independence. In 1290, Margaret, heiress to the throne, died. 13 claimants contested the crown. Edward I of England claimed the right to bestow it and made John de Valois king. When Edward asked de Valois for help against the French, he entered into alliance with France instead. For 260 years, Scotland held to this so-called Auld alliance with England's enemy. Edward crossed the border in 1296 and took John de Valois prisoner and proclaimed himself King of Scotland. To symbolize the union, he carried off the ancient stone of Scone, on which Scottish kings had long been crowned, and placed it in Westminster Abbey, where it lay beneath the coronation chair. The Scots rose again, led by William Wallace. They routed the English at Stirling Bridge in 1297 and pursued them across the border. The next year, Edward returned and inflicted a disastrous defeat on the Scots at Falkirk. Wallace was later captured and executed, and the English hung his head from London Bridge. This part of the history of Scotland was the foundation for the film Braveheart. The Scottish spirit still unbroken, and the Scots soon found another great champion in Robert the Bruce. The last great battle in the War of Independence was fought in 1314 at Bannock Burn near Stirling Castle. There Bruce inflicted a disastrous defeat on superior English forces led by Edward II. In 1328, Edward III formally recognized Scotland's independence.